Hey, what's up guys and gals? It's the Tyrant here, and welcome back to my Halo 5 Skull Location Guide. Today we're doing Mission 5 entitled Unconfirmed. It's Mission 5 because Mission 4 was some sort of a hub mission. And so this is the fourth skull. This is the blind skull. It is my least favorite skull of all time. We've been lobbying to get this thing removed from the game for the last, well, for several years now. Probably, I think, maybe the last 5 years. And no, it's still here, or at least have it altered so you can at least see your weapon. Take away the HUD and all that stuff, but at least so you can see your weapon in your arms. Otherwise, it sort of takes you out of the immersion of the game. It's strange. It's not that it makes it more difficult. It's just, you know, I mean, obviously you can learn where the reticle is, which is pretty much right near the middle of the screen, a little bit lower. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I'm rambling at this point. So why am I doing these skull guides now, even though the game's been out for a couple of years? First of all, I haven't seen another guide out there that takes you to the skull from the very start of the mission without trying to time-lapse the video in some way. Usually I don't even see that. They just take you to some location, and the missions are a little bit convoluted, so basically I want to show you the best way to do it, and I'm doing each of the skulls in a different video so that it's more organized and you can find the skull that you're looking for easier. There is a second reason that I'm doing this though, but I'm not going to tell you. Not until the final video. So when we do the 13th skull, which is I think on the mission, if I'm not mistaken, Guardians? Yeah. So by the way, happy Friday to you. Are you guys looking forward to the weekend? If so, hit me up on Twitter. Basically, it's at Twitter, or I'm sorry, at Twitter. What the hell? At MythicTyrant. Link to my Twitter feed can be found in the description below. So go ahead and tackle that, because we have a lot coming up this weekend. Later on today, we're going to finish the Halo 2 Legendary live stream. I'll be doing the mission Gravemind Onward, which is tough because that is the hardest mission in the entire Halo franchise on Legendary. Trust me, you don't believe me, some of my colleagues, actually all my colleagues pretty much agree with me on that one. So we'll be dealing with that. I'm sure there'll be lots of deaths. Always good stuff. And then, of course, tomorrow we have the Q&A session, and then Sunday we're going to start live streaming Halo 3 on Legendary. So lots to look forward to this weekend. So this mission was actually ranked my 25th hardest Halo mission of all time, primarily because there's a boss battle at the end with the Warden Eternal. The Warden Eternal isn't that bad in general, but in this particular mission you're put in a very small, cramped space, and he has infinite numbers of Promethean henchmen spawning in to support him. This it reminds me just a little bit, that's right, ride it, there we go. It reminds me a little bit of fighting Regret in Halo 2, just simply because he had an infinite army of Covenant honor guards to defend him. So let's go ahead and take out this knight right here, aim for the fins or the little vents, and his mask will open up for just a second, giving you a window to give him an insta-kill. And another knight should spawn in the same spot, so we're going to do the same thing with him. Those are the two really the toughest guys in this particular part of the mission, in this little what I call stop zone. You can't really proceed forward until you kill all the Prometheans here. Up here you have more battle rifle ammo. As you can see, I grabbed the DMR from the previous area, so I've got both the DMR and the battle rifle. You take out enough of these soldiers, you can also get a light rifle. That thing's pretty useful too. Probably the most useful weapon of the game, in my opinion, at least mid-range wise, because it has a slight spread to it. It's effective against shields, and it's a pinpoint weapon with a zoom. So, oh, he almost got me there. I think he has a scatter shot. And of course, he got a little help from his friend, the Watcher. They're not nearly as formidable in this game as they were in Halo 4. And not nearly as useful to their Promethean allies, but they're still a nuisance, so definitely make them a top priority when they spawn. And just like in the other game, they can either be spawned by Promethean Knights, or they can just be there. So we're going to deal with this captain real quick. I think there's a couple of more soldiers. The skull itself is right beyond this area where the snipers are. So let's see if we can make short work of these guys. There's a rocket launcher here somewhere. I've stumbled across it a couple of times, but it's not really that useful compared to the sniper rifle, which is also in the area. Now, I'm a terrible sniper. As you guys know, my aim is typically horrible. I mean, I'm legally blind, and I only have one fully functioning hand. So you got to cut me a little bit of slack there. But so usually I'll give the sniper to one of my allies, and I'll just use the battle rifle and the DMR. That seems to work just fine. Plus, they have more ammo anyway. So light rifles there if you want to pick it up. There's a lot of light rifle ammo just because of all the downed soldiers. There is a Hydra launcher, I believe, up here too. No, that's a shotgun. I'm sorry. Hydra launcher is in another location. You can always get one of your allies to pick that up as well. Remember, they have infinite ammo, so that's always good. And so if you go up here, let's see, I think the Hydra launcher is up here. It's not the strongest weapon of the game, kind of maybe one of the most pointless ones, unless you get one of like the specialized ones.
Pick up that weapon.
But yeah, so there's the Hydra launcher. Again, rocket launcher, I'm not 100% sure where it is, but you know what? They're already rushing me to go ahead and activate this thing, so let's go ahead and do that. The sniper rifle is just right there. Get one of our allies to pick it up. And we're going to go ahead and activate the thingy, the console. My technical terminology. Be stunned, be amazed. Well, maybe stunned, but maybe not amazed. So after this, you're going to go ahead and this blast door should open up. Be careful because on the other side there are tons of Promethean binary snipers. And unlike in the previous game in Halo 4, they can't insta-kill you. But if you stay in one place too long, usually about maybe half a second or a second or so, yeah, you can get vaporized by the binary rifle. So be aware there are only a couple to start out with, but more will spawn in. And there'll also be some crawlers to back them up. Notice that if you get too close to a binary sniper, that he'll pull out a secondary weapon, usually a Promethean, not a scatter shot, the other thing, suppressor. Suppressor just sounds like a weird name for a weapon. And you can tell when you're having a binary rifle aimed at you because there's a glow that sort of pops up on your HUD. So we're going to go ahead and down this guy real quick. Whoop, we got some friends. Thankfully, we stepped back just a little bit. This guy's a little bit jumpy. Unlike other Promethean soldiers, they have no face mask to protect them, so you can actually one-shot these guys. So I will say that I like the snipers far better in this game, at least in terms of Prometheans, than I did in Halo 4, but screw those Jackal snipers, dude. Seriously. If you saw my Halo 2 feed last night, I was just getting murdered constantly by those Jackal snipers. Halo 2 Jackal snipers are just like, no, it should never happen. And Flood have sniper rifles in that game. They're the only game to have sniper rifles. What were you thinking, Bungie? So we're going to go ahead and wipe these guys out real quick. As you move up, I think 2 more binary snipers will spawn in. So just be careful. There we go. You can always tell by that random flash. Apparently, this game is now turned into Fable, because now things can randomly warp in. So we're going to go ahead and take these guys out real quick. That guy already whipped out his suppressor. That's what she said. And so all we got to do now is go through the blast door, and the skull is going to be right inside. So essentially what you have to do is it's hidden in the rafters. So it's a little out of the way, but it's not too difficult to find. And again, unlike the skull we collected the last time around, Iron, in the mission Glass, you do not need to play this on Legendary either. In fact, I think that's the only skull that needs to be done on Legendary. So climb up here on this blue crate thing, and just find a place where you can grab onto the ledge to get up into the rafters. It's a little bit tricky, just because it's a bit crowded up here. So we're going to move a little past these boxes. And I think we got our location. No, that's a little too far over. So we're going to go ahead and move to the side. And here we go. That's our perfect location right there. So we're going to go ahead and jump up there. Now, walk to this little corner right here, and you have to duck down. And the blind skull is going to be right inside. So all you got to do is pick it up, and it'll be forever saved in your inventory to use in the future. So that's how you find the blind skull on the mission Unconfirmed. Thank you guys so much for watching. So did you have any trouble with this skull? And if you did, you know, what do you think? Did this video help you out at all? Did you think the mission was tough? Did you think the skull was tough to find? You can let me know in the comments below, or hit me up on Twitter at MythicTyrant. Also, a link is in the description below. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button for more great content every single day right here on MythicTyrant.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys and gals. I'll see you later today for the stream. And as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.